on today's video, we are going to be learning how to reach every and any goal to make 2023 your best year yet, with building a system for not only motivation, but the most important thing in completing all goals: discipline. So keep on watching so we can create our vision boards, set big goals, and create a system together. So since you clicked on this video, you and I are probably on the same boat. 2022 was a good year for us, but it could have been better. So now you want to make sure that 2023 is your best year yet, because same. I'm Bianca Monroy. Welcome to my channel. I dedicate videos to productivity and building a healthy relationship with yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. So if you want to learn more, then just subscribe. 2022 was honestly one of my best years. I accomplished the most this year, and it was because I did things we're going to be talking about in this video, which was creating a vision board and creating goals and journaling. Even though I traveled the most this year, I grew the most on YouTube, I sold the most in real estate this year, but I still felt stagnant. I did start really strong in the beginning of the year. I was completing a bunch of my goals, but then after I kind of fell off and I lost motivation. If you have no motivation to complete these goals, you start thinking, well, why am I even trying to accomplish these things? Last year, I just did not take the proper steps to evolve mentally, and I'm here to help you with that. So in this video, not only are we going to be talking about vision boards and goal setting, but we're also going to be building systems to make sure that we're accomplishing our goals with purpose. So the first thing we're going to be doing is creating our vision board. And on our vision board, remember guys, that this is what you feel like your 2023 is going to look like. So make these pictures really resonate to you, make them make you feel as if you're there in that moment. But let's go get our materials for the vision board. So I'm in my mom's car. That's why there's a baby seat right there. So when I went to go order the vision board pictures, I forgot to submit the order. So whatever, it gives me an excuse to go get some Starbucks. But I just got my favorite order, which is a tall oat milk latte with 4 pumps, specifically 4 pumps of toffee nut. And then I also got my mommy her favorite Starbucks order, which is just a plain white chocolate mocha. But I'm actually right outside of Walgreens, and I'm gonna go see if my pictures are ready. But I still have to get some glue and the board to put the pictures on before I forget. Okay, we have all our pictures now. I feel like I might have gotten too many. So before I start making the vision board for 2023, I want to show you guys my vision board from last year and what I achieved from it. Here it is. Oh, it's upside down. So I did achieve some of the things on here, which I'm really proud of. I visited the pyramids in Tulum. I didn't go to New York or Miami. Instead, I went to Hawaii. I did start working out in the beginning of the year a lot. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me show you guys. I got that light. I wanted an apartment, but in my head I was like, no, I know I'm not gonna get an apartment yet. I have to buy a house first. But I did sell my boyfriend his first home to him and his mom. I was posting a lot on social media, like go work out, and I actually took the same exact picture in the plane, which honestly this was like an inspo pic. Like I really wanted to take a picture like that. This outfit, literally this was my go-to outfit this whole summer. I did do some self-care videos, which I love. That's what motivated this. So basically I've achieved, I want to say, like a little more than half of the things on my vision board. But I know what went wrong, and what went wrong was that I planned out a little too far into the year. I honestly achieved the most the first couple 6 months of the year, and afterwards I started getting a little sloppy and I stopped planning things. Like at first I think it's so easy to plan things out in the beginning of the year because you're really motivated, and then afterwards you start losing motivation. So what I'm gonna do now is only do a vision board for the first 6 months of the year. So this vision board we're gonna be making is gonna be dedicated to the months of January to June, and those months only. It's gonna allow us to stop and see what we've been doing, how the first half of our year has been, and then what we can do to change it or be better. Also, sorry if my voice sounds a little congested. It's because I'm getting sick again. I was just sick last month. I think the first rule of thumb that I also learned from my vision board is to put your pictures into categories. So one of my goals is to go to Brazil. So I'm gonna group all the pictures that represent to me going to Brazil, because what I did with this one is usually I'll look at one picture and then the next. They were all kind of like splattered. It didn't feel that connective. So I feel like when you have different sections and you're looking at them at the same time, you have more of a chance to actually connect with that moment. I'm just gonna organize all the pictures and then we'll start gluing. might have gotten too many pictures. I'm just gonna cut some to make them smaller. So it's now the next day. Not me making this a whole day task, even though it was only supposed to take me like an hour or two. It was very tedious because I had so many pictures and such little space that I had to like cut a lot of the pictures down. But anyways, I'm almost done. The only thing I want to do is now name some of the categories. Some of the things are pretty self-explanatory, but the things that are kind of confusing, I want to name them so I don't forget throughout the half of the year. I'm just going to be doing that with a simple piece of paper and a marker and glue. So it should not take me any longer than 20 minutes. I'm going to put a timer on so I don't get distracted. Okay, we are now all done. Look at how cute my board looks. But now that I'm done with the vision board, one of the most important things about creating a vision board is taking accountability. So I'm gonna take accountability and tell you guys my big goals. This just means tell your sister, your mom, your brother, people who actually support you. Maybe not post the whole thing online like me. I really want to share mine with you guys because I feel like you guys are my family. You guys support me just by me sharing this with you guys. It gives me more accountability, but also I feel more motivated because I'm like, I said this, I'm not gonna let them down. If I can do it, they can do it as well. So if I can do it, you guys can do it too. So my first goal, of course, is always gonna be travel. I prioritize travel a lot. The first place I'm gonna be traveling to is LA, which is why I added this hiking picture. I've always wanted to go hiking in LA and I never did. And then I'm also going to New York City. This is pretty explanatory, health is wealth. I'd rather be 70 years old and very healthy, being able to walk and stretch, than enjoy junk food now. Another big goal is to make more videos of self-care, which is why these like self-care things are more like from afar. Also, I need to focus more on myself because sometimes I'm just so wrapped up being busy that I forget to upkeep myself. Also, meditate. I need to meditate. I used to meditate a lot and I would be more calmer, but I haven't been meditating at all, and I've noticed that I've been getting a lot of anxiety and social anxiety. I need to start doing meditation again. And for my biggest goal is to visit Brazil. It looks so freaking beautiful, and along with that is I want to learn Portuguese. I honestly would love to learn more languages in life. Going to Brazil is really going to motivate me to, hey, learn Portuguese, so once I get there I can speak some Portuguese. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now let's create our smaller goals that are gonna help us get these huge goals. No one was probably wondering, but this is my cat. So one of these books is to help us create slightly smaller goals to help us achieve the bigger goals on our vision board. And the other notebook is to keep us on track and keep our system going, because we need to create a system to help us make these goals come to life. Last year, I know I wrote down my goals, and now when I look back at the goals that I wrote, they were things that I day to day didn't really work towards because I forgot about them. The goal is not the only thing motivating us to go towards it. It's the system that we've created that has built our discipline to go for those goals. What I've learned last year is motivation is not going to be the only thing pushing you to be better, to achieve these goals. Because honestly, when I had no motivation, I would think, you know what, I'm okay with not achieving these goals. Are you kidding me? Just because I was lazy and unmotivated. Let me give you guys an example. If your goal is to have longer hair, you can write have longer hair by June, have my hair touch my waist by June. You're gonna set that aside, and now you're gonna create a system like every Friday I'm going to wash my hair, and before I wash my hair I'm gonna oil it and do a 5-minute massage before I get into the shower, and then I'm gonna do XX to it. And now that you have this routine, the goal does not matter anymore. What matters is that you're going through this routine and you're doing it and you're falling in love with it because you're so used to washing your hair on Friday, doing a hair mask on Friday, and massaging it on Friday. And before you know it, by the time it's June and you've done this routine every Friday, doing that weekly is gonna make your hair grow regardless if you forgot your goal or not. So that's why we have to fall in love with the system that we create to go towards that goal, because in the end of the day we can forget our goals. As long as we don't forget the system, we're gonna reach the goal. So let's start with our smaller goal setting. So in the journal that you want to use, wherever you want to put it, just start writing down your big goals. So literally whatever goals you have on your vision board and or goals that you forgot to add to your vision board, write them down. Okay, I'm all done with my... I'm not going to show you guys these specific goals because they're a little bit more personal than what's in my vision board, but I do want to give you guys some ideas of categories to use. So the categories that I used were social media, health and fitness, travel, finance, spirituality, and personal goals. Spirituality and personal goals are the ones that like I wouldn't really want to share. So for finance, I really want to open a travels reward card. I'm spending money either way, why not add points so I can go travel? Fitness wise, I really want to cut out dairy and gluten because my body is allergic to those. Post 24 YouTube videos. That's a big one because that means I would have to post once a week, and right now I'm posting maybe twice a month, so once every 2 weeks. For these goals, go deep, go personal, take your time, really know what big goals you really want to achieve and that you can achieve in 6 months. Be happy with these goals. Now we're gonna get started with our systems. So we have to get started with this book. So now that we have our long-term goals to look at for when we're creating our everyday to-do list and when we're writing down our shorter-term goals. So this journal has all the months on here. It's basically a calendar. I'm pretty sure for every month it has 3 habits that you want to track, monthly goals that you want, which is perfect because this is where the monthly goals is where we're going to put our short-term goals. That's what I also did wrong. So I'm a very like go with the flow person. So me planning things is very new. The goals that I made last year, they were more so like I'm gonna get them done this year. I'm not sure how, but I'm just gonna push and try different buttons to get it done. Don't be like me anymore. Don't go with the flow. So this is honestly my first year to actually get a journal like this. If you don't have something like this, it's okay. I was honestly not planning on getting a journal like this, but literally because of all the stars, it attracted me. So you can still do this on a plain journal. You can just write like January on top and down below list off your monthly goals for January and then some habits you can create to support these goals. Right now I'm gonna do all my monthly goals. You probably want to plan out 3 months at a time. So right now I'm gonna plan out January, February, and March, and then I'll get back to you guys. So I've now planned my 3 months ahead. This took a lot of work and dedication. You know what? 3 months is not that bad, but if you really want it to be realistic, you have to really put your full mind into it. Like I was watching TV and I had to turn it off because I wasn't really paying attention to, can I actually do this on this day? So the first things I did was draw down important dates, like dates you cannot miss that you had to do. You really need to focus on what do you want these 3 months to consist of. So getting inspiration from your vision board and then your long-term specific goals. And one of my big goals is gaining 50k subscribers on YouTube. So if you guys can help me, just subscribe and share my videos and I'll love you forever. And the system I created is posting every Sunday. That's my system, and that means I have to film no later than Tuesday, and then I have to edit for 4 consecutive days. I found that 4 is a perfect number for me to edit and not be like super overwhelmed. Then on the 5th day I create the thumbnail. So just break things down. Basically your system is what you have to do in order to achieve that goal. So for me is posting every Sunday. And another important thing is planning a whole week's worth of to-do lists. Just because I know when I do my to-do list is probably based on very short-term goals that I have. Maybe I know tomorrow I have to clean the bathroom, so I have to add that into my to-do list, but I forget, but you have to edit. So pick a day that you can just reset and do a whole week's worth of to-do lists. That's gonna help you a lot. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this has helped you a lot. And you know what, 2022 was probably not what we wanted it to be like, but 2023 is really gonna be your year. By following all these steps, we're both do good in 2023. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys stay tuned for the second part of this video. Bye!